Hi y'all, welcome back to another video. This will be my 6th video on this channel. Today's topic, I'm just gonna get straight into it. There's been a lot of news going around recently with a new Denver Nugget player by the name of Jonas Valančiūnas. Now, I know a lot of you guys are familiar with Jonas Valančiūnas. He's played on the Grizzlies before, and he's been bouncing around the league a little bit, the Raptors, the Grizzlies, and most recently the Kings, obviously. Now, Jonas Valančiūnas is a weird case right now because we're still in the offseason for the Nuggets, and then we got Summer League coming up. And if you guys haven't seen my last video, I talk a lot about the Summer League guys for the Denver Nuggets, so I would definitely go check that shit out as soon as you can. But like I was saying, Jonas Valančiūnas is a interesting case because of the situation that has been brought upon him and the Denver Nuggets. Now, the reason why I want to go over his situation is because it is very interesting of how this has all been playing out as of recently. There's been a lot of misinformation, a lot of rumors, and a lot of just lies, to be honest. And now we're in the situation where Jonas Valančiūnas, like I said before, is in a weird predicament with the Denver Nuggets and Lithuanian team in the EuroLeague. So what I'm going to do today in this video will just be breaking down all the information and what's exactly happening with Jonas Valančiūnas. Is he staying or is he going to Lithuania? Watch the rest of this video and I'll tell you. And let's just say this video is going to be pretty interesting and it's going to be pretty wild. So now the first thing I want to do is go from the timeline from the start to all the way to now, which is July 9th today. I'll post this probably on July 11th. I just want to go from the very start of when he got traded to Denver and what's been happening ever since then, about 8 days later, which is today, like I said. So let's just go straight into it. I'll do a little deep dive and then I'll give you guys my opinion on what I think will happen. So let's just get into it. Now, July 1st, Jonas Valančiūnas was traded to the Denver Nuggets, and the Nuggets sent Dario Saric and I believe a pick to the Kings. Now, the trade was a perfect trade, not for the Kings, honestly, but more for my team, the Denver Nuggets. We got a backup big in Jonas, and he's not bad. He's not a great interior defender, but he can score on the paint and he can do pick and rolls pretty well. So I was pretty excited along with the other fans in this fan base. And honestly, getting a backup big like Jonas was perfect. Dario Saric just did not fit our situation. No offense to him, he's just not as good as he kind of was on the 76ers and the Warriors and stuff. So getting rid of his contract was pretty awesome. Dario will probably end up leaving for the EuroLeague, which is kind of ironic considering Jonas's situation, which I will be bringing up in this next part right here. Now, July 3rd, Jonas was then rumored to be leaving the NBA for the EuroLeague. I don't know how to say that name. I'll just put it up right here on the screen because I do not know how to say it. But it is a Lithuanian EuroLeague team, and that's who he was going to leave for. They were offering him a 3-year, $12 million deal. I don't think it was, I think Euro was the currency, of course. But it was a lot of money, obviously. So now with that deal that was being offered to him, Jonas was trying to decide, well, maybe should I stay with Denver or should I go to EuroLeague? The rumor was Jonas already made up his mind right after the trade. Now, it didn't have anything to do with Denver. It was more just like, hey, I want to go play for my home country. I want to go play for my home team, where pretty much like I just wanted to go hoop out with my home team and stuff. Now, with this deal being offered to Jonas Valančiūnas, he was trying to decide, well, should I stay in Denver or should I go play for my home country in Lithuania for the EuroLeague with this team? I'm not going to say their name. It's a long ass fucking name and I just don't want to pronounce it, and I know I'm going to absolutely bomb it. So like I was saying, Jonas was trying to decide, should I go with Denver? Should I stay or should I go to Lithuania? It was completely up to him. The rumors were going. Jonas was already making up his mind right as the trade happened. No, everyone was saying it didn't really have anything to do with Denver. It's not the situation or the team. It's just, why not go play for your home team where you know you're going to get paid and where you know you're celebrated, you know? On July 3rd, which is the same day that this rumor started, the Nuggets had still decided to go on with the trade because they wanted to see if they could convince him to stay. Now, the NBA tells Denver later on that if Jonas does decide to leave, they will give Denver the money from his contract, which was $10 million guaranteed. Now, a lot of people don't understand why this was somewhat of a good thing for Denver. A lot of Denver fans like me were kind of upset, but once you learn more about it, you kind of understand, holy shit, this actually might be a good thing, because he got rid of Dario Saric's contract. He's not officially traded, but he will be traded officially, because they're still going to go through with the trade, and so did the Kings. The Kings still agreed as well. And now if Jonas leaves for $10 million, you are now in the MLE deal part of the salary cap, which means you're pretty much not in the tax anymore. You're pretty much okie doke, and you can go get somebody, whoever you want, like Al Horford, for example, or something like that. So Denver Nuggets were kind of celebrating, but they were also like, well, Jonas is a veteran backup big who could play some decent minutes while Jokic is out. So that's what their ideal was.
If he does wind up in Europe, like, the Nuggets will have a ton of cap room. They're not going to pay anything on his contract. What would happen if that's what takes place is he pretty much just doesn't take the Nuggets money. That the contract will get kind of voided, I think. He'll kind of just retire. Nuggets won't pay him. He'll go to Europe, and Denver will have all this cap room. Will they try to get an Al Horford?
Now, 4th of July, news breaks out that Jonas traveled to Greece and began hoping that the NBA will buy out his contract so he can play in Lithuania. Now, this part was kind of crazy because Jonas was somewhat bargaining at that point, negotiating with Lithuania, and then they gave him that offer. Now, the information leads up to Jonas traveling to Greece now to go negotiate and see if he actually wants to get his contract bought out, because the NBA was offering the Denver Nuggets, hey, if he actually does leave, we'll buy out his contract for you guys and we'll give you guys $10 million and you guys get out of the tax and go get whoever you want after that. But Denver, on the other hand, decided, well, why the hell would we do that? We just went and traded for him. Why wouldn't we just want to keep a backup big? We've never had a backup big play decent before. So now we want that. So why in the hell would we give up on Jonas now? He's 33. He could play at least 2 good years for us if we re-sign him, or we could just let him go after this year. Why not just keep him for right now? But Jonas has other plans. He travels to Greece, and now he's hoping at that moment, please NBA, buy out my contract so I can go play for my home country. Now, July 5th, the Nuggets decide that they're going to stick with Jonas and convince him to stay. They decided to keep his contract and him to see if they could convince him to stay or hold on to his contract. Rumors start spreading that the Nuggets might get Al Horford if Jonas finds his way out. Now, this was the craziest part about all of this, right? Jonas leaves. The Nuggets will probably go after Al Horford. Now, I'm going to give my little 2 cents in right now, because Jonas staying with Denver means better pick and rolls. You're not going to get crazy athleticism, but you're going to get interior scoring by smidgens. Al Horford is nice, but Al Horford's like 40 almost. You're not going to get crazy value from a 40-year-old power forward. He's listed sometimes as a center, but he's not big enough. Pause. Now, Jonas, on the other hand, is 6'11", I believe, 255 or 265. You're going to get solid backup minutes behind Jokic. He was giving solid backup minutes behind Sabonis when he was on the Kings, hence why they got him from a trade. Now, he's on Denver backing up Jokic. That's even better for not only just him, because his workload won't be a lot, but also it helps Jokic because now Jokic doesn't have to play 40 minutes a night. So Denver is still at that point trying, please, just stay with us, man. You're going to earn $10 million. You can probably get a ring. Why not just stay with us and just ball out, hoop out? Who gives a fuck? Now, July 6th, a tweet comes out from Mark Stein saying, as this AM stories explained, Jonas Valančiūnas is expected to play in Denver next season, and he's scheduled to make a public appearance Tuesday in his native hometown of Lithuania. He indeed stopped Saturday in Athens first, but the Nuggets made it clear they traded for him to keep him. Now, with that set of information set in stone, Jonas decides that he is going to play in Denver. Now, this was a big sigh of relief for Denver Nuggets fans, because what the fuck are you doing? What are you doing? Why are you leaving? You have $10 million on the line, and you can play good backup minutes behind Jokic and possibly go to get a ring. Fuck, we just got Tim Hardaway Jr., we got Bruce Brown back, and we also just got Cam Johnson via trade. And now we got Jonas Valančiūnas. Jonas, you're not going to be playing hella minutes, bro. You're going to be playing decent minutes. And if you play well, you're going to be celebrated in Denver. It's not hard, bro. Put 2 and 2 together. I know you're 33 years old. You want to go get a bag overseas back home. Fuck it, bro. Just stay with us for 1 season. See if you can get a ring. If you can't, then go to fuck home. Because why not? Just why the fuck not? Now, the Denver Nuggets really were just like, please, bro, just stay. We're begging you. We've never had a backup big. We tried with Thomas Bryant the year we won the championship. We tried JaVale McGee. We tried Isaiah Hartenstein. We've tried everybody. We've tried Zeke Naji. Like, it's not working. Why can't we just get a veteran backup big who could play decent minutes? We finally have him. He fucking wanted to leave for God knows what reason, but now he's at that point trying to stay now. Michael Soto also tweeted out that a reporter on Hoops Hype claims the Nuggets tried to land Jonas Valančiūnas the past couple of seasons. He's expected to have a bigger rotation role, which would allow them to rest Nikola Jokic more. ESPN now says Denver expects Valančiūnas to honor his deal despite Lithuania's offer, which is great news because just come hoop with Denver, come get your minutes. You'll probably play like 17 minutes behind Jokic, and you can get some decent rebounds for us, set some pick and rolls, and just ball out, bro. Nobody's asking you to give us 25 a night or 20 a night. Just go out there and get like 8 points and 7 rebounds. Perfect. That's perfect for the bench. Why not? Or maybe even 5 points and 9 rebounds. That's even better, dog. Like, just come and hoop with us, man. Just come and hoop with us. Then July 7th hits, and a tweet from George Zakis says, Jonas was apparently negotiating a deal with Lithuania's team when the trade first went down, and Lithuania's team had zero idea that the Nuggets didn't know about it. When the Nuggets found out that they didn't know, they were very upset with Jonas's agent. Now, with that information now out as well, it's kind of mind-blowing. Jonas Valančiūnas' agent was working as a double agent, quite literally, working behind the scenes to get Jonas overseas back home. And Lithuania's team didn't even know that the Nuggets didn't know, meaning that the agent was obviously spreading misinformation, telling them, oh yeah, Denver knows all about this. Don't even stress about it. Offer us whatever the fuck you want and we'll sign that shit as soon as Jonas lands. No, Denver found out about that, and so did the rest of the NBA, and so did Adam Silver. Hence why they offered, hey, do you want $10 million? Which is what they said to the Nuggets. And they said, no, we want Jonas. There's nobody else like Jonas on this market besides Al Horford, and he's 39 years old. We're good. We're going to keep him, and we're going to find a way to keep him. Jonas's agent was secretly trying to get him to go overseas. Lithuania's team said, well, why in the fuck are you doing that when Denver doesn't even know about it? Now we know that they don't know. Now we're pissed too. So Jonas's agent almost literally fucked him over, which is kind of mind-blowing, which is agents aren't supposed to do this, obviously. It's supposed to be whatever the player wants, you know what I mean? Or, you know, the agents are supposed to go, hey, you know, do you want to go here? Do you want to go here? Or do you want to go here? Not just, hey, I want you to go here, but I'm not going to tell anybody that, you know, that we're secretly working behind their back. Just don't say anything. No, dude, that's not how this shit works. So, yes, Jonas's agent almost fucked him over heavily and almost got him $10 million on a buyout. But Lithuania's team obviously wouldn't have been too happy finding out that Denver wasn't their first choice. So, yeah. Then July 8th, Jonas finally speaks out about possibly playing for Denver next season. He said, and I quote, "You can say whatever you want. People have already said plenty. The whole thing blew up like a bubble." He also then went on to say, "Once the trade is finalized, we'll put together the plan for the trip to Denver. The team will outline how they see the situation, medicals, and all the details. That part is up to them." But that was his response to the trade being final in the coming days. Now, with these quotes, there's not really much to debunk. It's basically just him saying, this whole thing got blown out of proportion. Now, as of today, Jonas' status is probably confirmed to be staying in Denver for now. No other information has really come out yet, but the plan seems for him to be staying in Denver for the near future. Now, I'm going to give my 2 cents a little bit in on this because I feel like there's just some things that a lot of people are misreading, or they're just going in between the lines. Jonas is an interesting case because Jonas can offer some decent backup minutes. He played some decent backup minutes for the Kings last year. He's played starting minutes with the Raptors. He's played starting minutes with the Grizzlies before. He's always been a pretty solid, versatile, decent center. You know what I mean? So, of course the Nuggets are going to want to keep him. We've never had a backup big to, pick and roll or, score on the interior. We've always had guys like JaVale McGee, like I said. We tried to draft Bol Bol. That didn't work. We've had Mason Plumlee. That didn't work. We've had Thomas Bryant. That didn't work. We had Isaiah Hartenstein. That didn't work. We tried Zeke Naji. That shit ain't work. So, just the timeline. Nothing is working. Don't forget to mention we almost tried Jay Huff. That didn't work neither. So, Denver, like I said, was just in this weird predicament where, hey, let's go get a backup center like Jonas Valančiūnas, a veteran guy. Hey, Kings, we'll give you guys Dario Saric. Let's just get Jonas Valančiūnas. They give him to us, and then Jonas goes, I don't know if I want to play here anymore. Then we actually find out it's not the truth. The agent was the one that was saying, hey, Jonas, let's go play overseas. I'm pretty sure Denver will be okay with it. No, that's not how this shit works, bro. That's not how this shit works. Honor your fucking deal. Honor your player's deal and let him play with Denver for one season. And if you want to go chase a bag overseas, then go and do so. Hopefully he plays well and doesn't play petty, you know what I mean, and plays bad on purpose, because he's never been that kind of player. So hopefully he doesn't decide that that's a greater option and to do that and then get off the team. Don't do that. Come on, man. Be respectful and honor your fucking deal like a real NBA professional will. So now we're at the end of the video. I know this is a quick little short video, but I did want to go over it because I feel like it's kind of an interesting situation. I've never really seen a situation like this before. The only other time was Sasha Vezenkov. I don't remember what team he was going to play for, but he was going to sign a two-way or a regular NBA contract deal. And he basically said, fuck that, I'm going overseas. I won MVP in the EuroLeague, and so why the fuck would I stay here when I can go ball in EuroLeague? And that was the only other time I've ever seen this happen. Jonas almost did that, and thankfully he didn't, because I feel like he can play some decent minutes with us. So yeah. But once again, like always, thank you guys so much for watching. I truly do appreciate y'all. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. This editing style was a little different. I'm going to try this out now, see if this is visually more appealing than my other ones. So yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. I appreciate y'all, and I'll see you on the flip side. See you later. Shout out to Jonas Valančiūnas' agent for trying to get him back. All right, see you on the flip side. Peace out.